Hello everyone, it's that time again for another Sketchbox opening. Didn't remember to cut that open before I started the video, so it feels light. Let me try to get everything out. Move the box, and what do we have here? I see a paintbrush right away. Yay, we actually have a menu this month. I love that. Oh, what a cute sticker. Look at that. I like that. And oh, it says gouache. That's exciting. Here's some art. Ooh, that's lovely. I like the kind of the way that it's, oh, I don't know how to describe it, but not crisp. I don't think I do that very well, but I like the look of that. So let me slide these off the tissue. And this is, ooh, that got squished a bit. Move my sticker. The substrate here, Magnani 1404 Toscana, 100% cotton, 140 pound round block. And it says rough, 15 sheets. How do we open it? Okay, there's a little opening there on the side, and since I have super tough thumbnails, I can just do that. Okay, I'm going to peel that off. There's this, I see there's like, can you see that like ink or something? That shows the little section, and I don't know if it's showing on camera, but I can just barely see where the glue ends here and here. So that's good to know. And then we have Holbein Artist Gouache. It looks like 4 tubes, which is really nice. Hummingbird Blue, what a cute name. Light Ochre. Myosotis Blue. It looks like it has white in it, like, and then Peony. And then, of course, some acrylic gouache, white acrylic gouache. So this would be permanent when dry, whereas these, I believe, you can re-wet. We have a Sketchbox signature brush. Ooh. This is called a Tri-Wedge Brush in size 8. I'm gonna put it in some water and get that sizing off. Wow. Can you see, is this going to focus? Hopefully. That is an interesting shape. I got a little bit of a, but yeah, it does look like triangular, I would say almost. So you can see that, yeah, the barrel or ferrule or whatever this part, this is the barrel, this is, I believe, the ferrule. It literally is a triangle. That's interesting. I have never even seen a brush like that before, so that's pretty cool. Oh, I'm going to need a palette. And right to my left here, I have a ceramic palette. Oh, and of course, we didn't mention this, a Copic multi-liner. So why don't I start with that on here? I'm just going to use the top page to swatch out, even though it's round. I mean, I hate doing that, but that's the best way to see what it does on the paper, so... This is a beautiful color. What color? A cobalt. Copic multi-liner. I like the size of it too. It's a 0.3. I think it's small enough, you know, to get into fine lines, but it's not too thick to be, you know, I don't know. I'm not very articulate right now. I should stop talking. Waterproof and pigment ink and Copic proof, so once it's dry you can go over it with alcohol markers. Let's get some of these out. Try not to make a mess here. White is white, obviously. I don't think we need to swatch the white, but we can mix it with these other colors to make, I believe it's called a tint. So here's Peony. Put a little bit there. I'm just going to put these all on and then maybe cut ahead to where they're on. Okay, so I have the white acrylic gouache here. I have yellow ochre, Myosotis blue, hummingbird blue, and peony. And I've got water as well. So let's go ahead and just swatch out the colors first. I'm just going to add a little bit of water to the yellow ochre and try to get it straight on this side. And then add a little more water to pull it across. That is a beautiful color. I don't know, I'm going to have to practice with this brush though, because it looks like it might be interesting for doing different techniques, because it seems to put more pigment towards the top where I'm laying it out. Alright, it's definitely time for me to get something else, larger substrate. This will be fun to do the art on, but it is a little small. I'm gonna first, before I go, just see how this works on top. Those are pretty dry. That one, it looks still wet. Right here it's nice and dry. Well, it's not completely dry there. And see how it looks on those. Little happy face there. It seems to be doing quite well. So before I start the artwork, I just wanted to share the color mixing that I experimented with. So this is just a really rough color wheel of the hummingbird, the yellow ochre, and the peony. And then this one I tried with, instead of hummingbird, the Maya Sotis blue, which it's sort of just a more pastel version of this. It doesn't look that much different, but it's pretty interesting. You can get a really beautiful sage green mixing the Maya Sotis blue and the yellow ochre, and a beautiful lilac color mixing the peony with the Maya Sotis blue, and a variety of greens. And so you can see I just put a little dot of the two colors that I mixed for each one, and this is a beautiful, almost ultramarine or indigo here with the hummingbird and peony. So lots of really nice colors, and I really liked the pigment payout of these gouache paints that we got. So that is that, and then I'll go ahead and get started. I have little sketch of a frog here, so that's what we're going with. My final thoughts: I really loved the Copic multi-liner. I really loved the gouache. I even loved the substrate. It was kind of fun. It is real small, but I think I'll use it all up. It's fun to turn it around, and I had an easier time turning it to get into places with it than, you know, a normal size pad, watercolor pad. With gouache, it is opaque, so it does cover up my initial lines pretty well, but I decided to go ahead and line the frog afterwards also to bring those lines back, but I liked being able to see the lines a little bit while I was painting because it's a nice dark blue. What else? Oh, thinking back, I wish I had decided to do the little belly. It's coming up here soon. I decided late in the frog to give him a lighter colored belly, and I know with gouache, when you get a lot of layers, it can be difficult to continue layering, like, because my frog is pretty dark. I went in pretty dark, pretty thick layer of gouache, and so I struggled a little bit to get that lighter layer on with his belly coming up here, but I really like how it turned out, and I think it did really well. The brush, I'm sure I'm not using it to its full potential. I need to do some research on that thing. But I feel like it could have some really good uses, and I was able to do everything I wanted to do with it. I just don't know how to use it best. So I want to look into that further. I had a great time with the supplies this month, and I'm sure I'll be using them again. Another thing that was annoying to me somewhat is the acrylic gouache, dried on the palette in between uses, but the other gouache, I can re-wet it and use it again, so you just have to be aware of that. Acrylic gouache is going to be permanent when dry, so you don't want to put out more on the palette than you're going to use, because it'll dry up and be wasted. Thanks again for watching, and have a wonderful creative day. Bye!